Happy Finals Week, Spring Forward students. My name is Paul Greger, and I'm the Spring Forward Academic Coach. And I thought because it's the weekend before Finals Week, it'd be a good idea to send you a presentation with some useful tips for succeeding during Finals Week. Hopefully these tips help you relax a little bit and calms your nerves about some of the stresses of Finals Week. So without further ado, here are my tips for ensuring a successful Finals Week. Okay. So tip number one. So I know a lot of you feel as though there's nothing more you can do to prepare for finals week, but there's actually a lot you can do to prepare for the actual week itself rather than the content. For instance, you can create a calendar with all the dates and times of each of your exams. This will help you avoid the chance of missing an exam or showing up late for an exam. It'll also help you remember small bits of information that's not as important as some of the content you'll be studying. You can calculate your grade in each course. This will help you understand which exams you should prioritize while studying. For instance, if you have a bad grade in chemistry, you can focus more of your attention on the information for your chemistry exam. You can also create a list of your exams, ordering them from the most important to the least important. Again, this will help you focus your time in the places you need the most, which will help you boost your grade in your class, hopefully. Tip number two is to focus on the important material. This can be difficult, especially at a late stage in the studying process, but if you can, try to maximize your study time by focusing on the very important material. This could be material that your professor went over multiple times, material that your professor specifically stated would be on the test. And it could also be material that your professor, let's say, provided you with a study sheet for. So if you don't have this, you could always contact your professor to get a study sheet or some tips on what might be on the final. Worst case scenario, you can try to contact a friend to see what they're studying. Maybe they have an idea of what will be on the test and you hadn't thought of it. So it's always a good idea to keep those relationships in courses, especially for finals week. Tip number three, try to stay motivated as much as possible. I know this can be difficult during finals week, but you're going to study a lot over the next few days and hopefully not too much, but when you do study, make sure you study with a goal or reward in mind. For instance, study for 45 minutes, but take a break. Study for an hour, watch a TV show on Netflix. Study for an hour and a half, go get something to eat afterwards. Another tip is to try to break down large pieces of information into smaller pieces. This will help you with recall during the test, and it'll also help you remember the nuances of the material you're studying. It'll also help you remember the material better as you break it into smaller pieces. Another really good tip for motivation is to try and study with a friend, somebody that you get along with or that you have fun with, but also make sure that friend is focused on studying as well. Tip number four, try to find your quiet place. This could be as simple as just designating a corner in your bedroom, your living room, dorm room, apartment, and only use this space for studying. This is very important as a lot of people enjoy studying in different places, which is great. But if you really want to focus your attention, try to study in the same place with the same lighting, the same seat, the same access to books near you. Doing this will ensure that this part of your studying time is already taken care of, and you're not always reevaluating where you should study, how you should study. Also try to stay comfortable. Eat before you study, bring a bottle of water with you while you're studying. Not many people can study well if they're uncomfortable, so try to be as comfortable as possible. Finally, turn off all unnecessary electronic devices. And I know you've heard this a lot throughout your college career, but this is very important, especially when studying during crunch time, like many of you are right now. Think about how difficult it is to try to study a difficult concept while reading a text from a friend or family member. Very difficult, so keep this in mind. Tip number five is try to relax. Preparing your body and your mind for finals is just as important as preparing for the content. So the night before, try your best to get 8 hours of undisturbed sleep. Also the day of, try to exercise or do whatever you do that helps you take your mind off the material. This may seem counterintuitive, but it will help the brain absorb the information, and it'll also help you calm down a little bit with all the anxiety of finals week. Try to remember that finals week is only 1 week of the year. I know it's a very scary week and can be, very nerve-wracking for many of you, but try to remember that after this, you'll have a nice holiday with family, friends, and when you look back, you can think, hey, I tried my best, and you can be proud of that. So just remember, it's not the end of the world, and try your best. Well, thank you, Spring Forward students, for listening to my 5 tips for a successful finals week. My name is Paul Greger again. I'm the academic coach for Spring Forward, and I look forward to meeting with all of you in the coming semester. Good luck with finals and happy holidays, everybody.